Good morning to one and all present here. We all have dreams, but to make dreams come into reality, it takes awful lot of determination, dedication, self-discipline and effort.
And the perfect example of this is our speaker, Dr. Himmatrao Bawaskar sir, who has, against all odds, done phenomenal work in the treatment of scorpion and snake bite poisoning. Sir is an alumnus of BJGMC and an MD in medicine. He then served the PHC in Mahad, having high prevalence of deaths due to scorpion bite poisoning. In spite of the rampant corruption and limited availability of resources, Sir has done a breakthrough research in this field.
Sir is the epitome of humility and discipline. He is of the opinion that hardships often prepare ordinary people for extraordinary destiny. So now we would like to invite Dr. Himmatrao Bawaskar sir to share his life experiences with us.
उशिराच होईल आता थोडं उशिराच होईल चालेल 20 मिनिटं हो चालेल
5-star air condition all will go to the primary health. So this is my lecture in tropical cocktail. There are many things in this lecture. Now what Mahatma Gandhi villages are the backbone of India, please remember. You should go to the village and study this. But today, what Indian has we said that Gandhi's word has gone unheeded. This we published long back in the Lancet. Now, what this is very PHC is a pilgrimage for my life, pilgrimage of my research. Very common on my laboratory was BP apparatus and stethoscope only, and publication from Indian Heartland to British Heartland. So this is a very important observation. Next important is this biostic. It was like a bioscopic in my area because I was searching because mortality of scorpion was more than 40%. Now very important to know you. Still today I read all the journal. Doctor is student till day when he sees to be student he dies. So that's a very important. Everybody should read and read. Of course with the help of patient side, not only the book. Next important, you see, this is what long back the William Osler says, study the phenomena of disease without book is a fair to uncharted sea, while to study the book without patient is not to go to the sea at all. So you are only bookworm, so bookworm will never destination. We in India need a destination. Next important, these are my instruments, pre-internet era. See? These are the typewriters. My mission is to print many papers on this, many time corrections, and that is the projectors, and that is 35 MS slides. So this is our observation pre-internet era. Now your facilities you are available at one click. Why there is no daily publication from this to in peer review? Next important is this is very important. Family background for a research. You see, my family is now so sound that I don't have any problem to do research. And that's what even Gorbachev cried at the funeral of his wife. Next important, sign. Remember, sign may be same, but the disease is different. Now this pointer. Now the you see one pointer. You got a pointer. So now look at the both are the same sign. The left patient has a Hansen disease with a neuropathy. Right side patient has a diabetes neuropathy. So though the sign is same, the disease is different. Next important again, if we examine this patient in the examination table, you will find it is normal. Because of dystonia, the sign on the table is disappear. Chorea sign is disappear. So this is why no soon patient enter in the class, enter in the room, you should able to inspect and examine the patient. Examination start from that. History start from the entry of the patient to your room. Now what is simple thing? See, examination. Simple examination of nails. This patient has a missed sign, and this missed sign suggests you of chronic arsenic poisoning and chronic disease, amoebic liver abscess. Next upon this patient comes with the blue coloration of the nail. And this is because the routinely hydroxyurea, which is called glucosamine. Hydroxyurea commonly used in sickle cell anemia, polycythemia vera, and myeloproliferative diseases. It is a common use now. It's very important. What we say, you must have accuracy of the sign. If you analyze clear accuracy of the sign, you can revise your diagnosis. If your sign is changing, you can revise. If your sign is wrong, your total diagnosis is wrong. That's very important. You must maintain the data. Whatever daily you say, whether it is wrong or foolish or wise, you note it down. That's very important. A foolish man can be wise at the end of the life. That's an important thing. We may revise and then must collect the data because data is very, very important. Now, what we did, this is a cocktail menu. You see, this study I did in rural area of Mahad, which is away from 200 kilometers, fluorosis, chronic renal failure in the farmers, thrombolysis acute MI. The time of the admission to thrombolysis is 18 minutes in my hospital, international is 30 minutes. Next important, cholinesterase dementia. See, when the Alzheimer dementia occurs, when the burnout, when the hypothalamus is degenerated, total necrosis, then it is diagnosed as MRI. Early stage we are able to diagnose by adults. Homocysteine is very common. Those the birth of distillery come, those we are taken of more sterile food, the homocysteine because of visual deficiency. Achalcosis is very important clinical sign. It's a family diabetes. Vitamin D rural area, irrespective of good sunray, why vitamin D? Because glycine becomes resistant to vitamin D formation. Rabies, we are now coming to the, can we treat rabies with the correct venom? Next from Chinese, let's see, everybody is happy to eat the Chinese food. We have seen a patient is almost dying of swelling of the neuroangiogenic edema, and this is a recovery. Next example, hypokalemic paralysis. A person come with a young man, come with a concentrated area, UA and the ECG, potassium was 1.2, but cause was not knowing. So when I forced him, he was taking a gym tonic. And gym tonic is what? Dexona with cyproheptadine. It doesn't develop Cushing syndrome. Cyproheptadine prevents the Cushing syndrome, and patient has a neuroparalysis. This is quadriplegia, hypokalemic quadriplegia. Gout is very common in coconut hair. Because of seafoods, because of dry fish, is a rich in protein, a very common gout in the Australasia. Next thing was scorpion, snake bite, thyroid. Recently we come to know why the epidemic of thyroid hypothyroidism increased in the Maharashtra. This is because of alternative stuff. So the thyroid gland is a victim of iris that we have proved now. Separate hematoma, unethical practice, which is random. Now let us see the fluorosis. You see your mother has come with her daughter of 20 years that she refused to go to school, college because ugly tooth was here. She has visited dental, they said no treatment available, it was a dental fluorosis. See, this is the commonest dental fluorosis. All these 4 grades of dental fluorosis you can look at, just look at the dental fluorosis. Very high rates, it's Yavatmal and Mahad region. Now very dental fluorosis is irreversible. When the dental, because of this form, before the 12 to 14 years, where the enamel is formed, where the dentin is deposited the fluoride, which is the irreversible. So dental fluorosis irreversible, while skeletal fluorosis is reversible. So in that area, if there is stooping or scoliosis or neuropathy, paralysis, that can be reversed by giving them a good palatable fluoride-free water. This is a simple research which is done at the Mahad. Next, I must see how the dental bone becomes turgid. Sudden fracture can occur in this patient. So this is again unable to stand. 17 states in endopathy, close 66 million people at risk in India. See, after 60 years, we cannot give a good, palatable drinking glass of water to our people. Or we are knowing of various modern investigation model. Liver body MRI provide a simple living with healthy life that we want to live with. Next important, see, this is a beautiful published long back because the fluoride content of data higher than the normal. Next, now we get many news from Vidarbha region that Akola, Amravati and Buldana district, many young people are dying of chronic renal failure. Now you say, when you go to the village, when you go to particular, you must read a daily newspapers and you pick up the what health problem is. Now there was health problem, chronic renal failure. Young people are dying. Nephrologists were doing dialysis. Nephrologists being investigated. Many farmers sold out their land, sold out all government for the dialysis and treatment. No solution has come. So this is very important. specialist. When he is going to the village, I think nobody has invited him. You go to the village, you must search out the main problem and we can have solution. Now this chronic renal failure, we found this many news. Now these papers with all the papers are raised creatinine levels. We go on that place and we take out the food. This is water, salt and blood. Serum creatinine was raised. Now we take out this blood for analysis. All this for water, salt, the soil and for analysis of heavy metals. Now one sample was 6,000 rupees at Mahad, this Bombay. And it was 60 samples. I cannot afford this much amount to pay because I am not a NGO or nutrist. So I contacted the WHO laboratory from Cochin and they said 1,200 per. So we investigated that much amount. We come to know it is rich in cadmium. On the cadmium and lead. So what is next question of research? Where from cadmium has come? The cadmium has come from phosphate manure. Where phosphate manure is prepared from Ganga rocks. And Ganga rocks is naturally contaminated with the cadmium. If the government want to purify the cadmium-rich phosphorus manure, the cost goes to 10 times higher. Farmer is unable to pay that. So government not taking money. Next question comes. The phosphorus manure is used all over Maharashtra. Then why these 3 districts people are affected only? Why not rest? And because of this called salty area, clay land. On the clay land, phosphorus cadmium is adsorbed and released in drinking water. Next important, the lead. Where from lead? All the pesticides contain lead. And lead prevails cause anemia. Because the iron deficiency increased ferric acid level, increased ferric acid will enhance the absorption of cadmium. So ultimately, what is half-life of cadmium in the kidney is 24 years. When it gone to the renal tissue, it stays in 24 hours, 24 years. Now that's why one patient gets cadmium toxic at 4 years develop renal failure. So that is the reason. So how we now what we can do for these people? Number one, how will you prevent? Number one thing, you can inhibit, how you can ban the phosphate value, that's impossible. So at least you can give surface water. So the government has provided the surface water to all 3 districts. So that is the advantage. That is the human health benefit which you can give our simple research which are published in America now. Now this we see lead levels are very high. Next important population. See today's data. And 246 villages were investigated. Total population 21,000. Chronic renal failure was 18 per thousand. Today India is 0.8 per thousand. It is 18 per thousand is there. Renal stone is very common. Renal disease 74 per thousand. And fatality is 7.1 per thousand. So this is very, very important. Simple observations. See, this is very important. When keep eyes open, of course you must have trained brain. Without trained brain, your eyes won't see anything at all. Next important, so this is all the pathophysiology, how the liver is damaged, how the kidney is damaged, how antioxidant free radicals are liberated in the kidney and which kills the kidney tissue slowly last 24 hours, 24 years. Now this is source of cadmium which I discussed is a phosphate monomer, is percolate drinking water, there is a major content of pesticides. This is news from March 19. Patient, they are day before yesterday's only news that again 2 patients have died of renal. See? What we knew, these farmers, this was what Anumas investigation, what I invested given in the same hospital, they are bothered about their own disease, a simple disease, which can be prevented by giving a good whatever. So now the dementia, you see, these are very important. How the story started. One daughter-in-law comes with the father-in-law, and he says, my father-in-law kept this for months together, but he forgot to name his relatives. So I diagnosed his dementia. So I said, what about their relatives? He said, his sister is like that, his brother is like that, they are in the Mahad. I visited their family. So it was familiar dementia. Then when they come to neurology, everybody come with a donor. Nothing but a donor and this cerebral antibiotic aspect B12 and thyroid investigation. EMRI shows the hippocampal degeneration, is a burnout, is nothing can be done. So it becomes very critical. It is suffering of the relative. Dementia patient to be treated earlier for the benefit or happiness or give comfort to the relative rather than the patient. Because this relative have to stay. And ultimately what happened? Patient is kept in an isolated room like an animal. Nobody take her waiting for the day. And this is happening. And this is where the medical science is neglected. Regan was diagnosed. He is going to suffering from Alzheimer's disease 10 years before in America. What about India? We are thinking at the end with the burnout cases are coming with the Alzheimer's disease. So what I did then, we investigated this patient. Now I studied in detail. This is dementia. Then we studied dementia because of Parkinson's disease dementia. So I studied the Parkinson's disease dementia. Then I come to we studied in detail. How the memory is formed? Retention, actually. And the acetylcholine plays a vital role in the hypothalamus. This is hippocampus. Now how the acetylcholine is formed by the various compounds and destroyed by cholinesterase. And ultimately memory is lost. And the degeneration occurs. Let us see now, can we do a CNS as cholinesterase? No, impossible. So we studied, we found that RBC cholinesterase coincides with the CNS cholinesterase. So we did RBC cholinesterase level. What wonderful found. In Alzheimer's disease, RBC cholinesterase was very high, very low. RBC cholinesterase was low, where neurostigmine don't work, where hematine will work because the NMDM receptor agonist. Now we found that whether this disease can be prevented in next generations. In the Parkinson's disease dementia, RBC cholinesterase was very rich. So where don't work? This is all different we found in types of dementia. What can you prevent it? So next generation, we study the children's RBC cholinesterase, which is also low, though they are normal. So in these children, can we prevent subsequently as a prophylaxis, or can we make them healthier, repeated reading, training them how to maintain the memory? So this is a preventive measure which today our nation needs. So this we found what the family raised level of the decreased level of cholinesterase, and this is the same thing we published in Log of Neurology journals. Now this is a look of Parkinson's dementia. See how the patient is. You are put on Nemantine, I think I was put on dementia, AC inhibitor, improved. This patient is improved with Parkinson's disease dementia. Now this Alzheimer's disease. She was on donate by the neurologist, not improving at all. See the disease damage, ventricular degeneration and degeneration of hippocampus. Now we started him at Nemantine, a patient is improved. So this is a clinical medicine. This is a very important. The word is that, remember, irrespective of any investigation, clinical medicine is always at the top. Because what patient will say, what your eye will look, may not be seen by others' eye, which has missed. So your eye should be trained what somebody has missed. And that is the research. There is research is moving in the patients. What others eye want to see, your eye see, that is the research. Next important thing, this is all how the mother was healthy, father, how the generation occurring generations. So this is very important. We come to know that the RBC coding is a simple 4-line test. Now the importance of myocardial infarct. We are thinking why the myocardial infarct is increasing. You see, after the 60 years of investigation of everything, yesterday we read the news, the American heart president Warner died at the age of 51. It is shameful on the part of medicine and cardiologists today. If the American cardiac president at the age of 51 died of cardiac arrest, Warner. So what is use of investigation? What is use of cardiology? So remember, everybody is after cardiology. Everybody should want to become cardiologist, and the heart is cheating to everybody then. So ultimately, remember that you must read the subject from the base. My dear friend, you read detailed and undergrad subject, then and then you become perfect researcher. The super specialist without undergrad knowledge will never do anything except earning. So if you want to become researcher, your undergrad knowledge should be very, very perfect and thorough. You can 4 to half year, you can 5.5 years, means no different to kill the 1 year for the best study of undergrad knowledge. Next, also, my card, you see, villagers are afraid of. because they are afraid of the chest pain and sudden death. So reports were earlier to my hospital, very important. More there is in here. What I am happy to stay in my because I don't feel happy to stay in Bharat. Because of traffic jam, chest pain me kill all the way. In the village, no traffic jam. Easy road available. Easy travel available. Patient reach in golden hour. And general practitioners are very, very important to treat and to diagnose. Remember, the drug of choice, early stage chest pain is aspirin, blue tablet. And that aspirin to be chewed. Gidaisi nahi. Because the mucous membrane absorbs rapidly. And patient gets chest pain free. And very important antiplatelet action. I went to your sorbitate. You say this is a gold standard. If the patient comes with chest pain, sweating, bradycardia, don't use sorbitate at all because if you fall in part, you need hypovolemia. So patient comes with sweating, bradycardia, no sorbitate roll up aspirin and head of position. That patient is a very important responsibility for patient. Next important, see, farmers, malnutrition, stress and strain. These farmers are having heavy debt, gone to see the crops are burdened because of drought, patient died looking at them. This is stress, tocosomal cardiomyopathy, ballooning cardiomyopathy, sudden death because of excessive catecholamitis. Another fellow, he has no problem, only problem to eat, and obesity, one of the factors cause the important ischemic heart disease, diabetes, hypertension, malignancy, arthritis, waste of life. So after what is important, if you put more weight, it is a waste of life, waste of energy, waste of the important subordination. Listen, body come, those who are obese, they die. That's very important. Even this fellow, this is a son-in-law, come to father for Diwali celebration, died suddenly. So obesity is misery, this sudden death is the first symptom and neglected first symptom of chest pain. Remember, body is always used something. Signal. What you say, so beautiful, wonderful, sturdy, well architecture life has given by God. He has no right to it, take it suddenly. Even after sample brains, after damage, how the God can make you to take easily, body gives signal. That's very important. And the signal is often neglected of patients. A signal is not trained. If the doctor is not trained, he has to neglect. Simple flatulence, patient coffee, my friends come with he got a severe pain while pain in the throat while walking. ECG normal. Stress is normal, but still I believe in patients. Because exertion, throat pain is something wrong with the anoxia, something wrong with the development, tissue anoxia. Use angiography 3 vessels abdomen bypass. So don't believe. Believe patient first rather than gadgets. Gadgets are supporters, they are not confirmatory. Not at all confirmatory. That's important, but pain is a positive side of any organ. If you take a pain, if child cries, he is hungry, got a pain in organ, something he demands. So if the organ get a pain, he is calling you, can help me, can you silence me or you should help me, this is very important. Pain is a vital and good sign which focus the patient and properly trained clinician. So any pain with a risk factor above the armpit. And now the age is not 30, we have seen an infant at the age of 21. We have seen a sudden, you see, the people which are dying of while exercise, while doing stress work, this is first cause is cardiomyopathy, common is HOC now. The most probably, if the patient of young people while playing dies suddenly, please investigate his family. Because subsequent family may die of some, so this is very important. Taking history is very important. History has no substitute in the world. Remember, you must take history. And most positive sign of organs looked at me and said, any pain about them. You see, never her chest pain to be ruled because my body infarction kill the patient, not the cervical spondylosis. So never think of cervical spondylosis unless and until a drastic disease which kill a patient suddenly rule out. Now you see, it is experience given by the many doctors. Cervical spondylosis. So this should not be happen again. So your Indian after the age of 30, your love spondylosis because our tropical countries, tropical roots, tropical work is like that. So cervical spondylosis, unless you say standard thinking, when there is vesting, when there is speculation, when there is hypoanesthesia, then and then it is cervical. Otherwise, cervical is a routine phenomenon. Next important, see, this is what are coronary strangulators? I say it is a coronary strangulate number. Why hormones? Male. Why male people suffer of itching heart? Because testosterone causes thrombophilia. The testosterone increase the platelet count, and thrombophilia one of the cause of thrombosis, and that's why males suffer more of infarction. Next, double chin because of excessive weight. What is one of the cause of ischemic heart disease? Ear crease, which I recently published, you might have seen. Ear crease is very important diagnosis below the age of 50 is impending ischemic heart disease. Simple answer. Communication of the ear crease, young man, I will rule out ischemic heart disease because ear lobe is a decent fat, fibrosis due to fat and fibrosis, atherosclerosis form. Earlier atherosclerosis detected by ear crease. Acanthosis nigricans again diabetes. Hyperweight, BMI, fasting blood sugar is very high, C-peptide is low density lipoprotein, blood pressure, serum uric acid, serum vitamin D is low. This comes out now very. He work as a clerk in the office, sedentary job. Height, you see, more height, less likely to develop ischemic heart disease. If height is more, coronaries are widely more direct, big size. If height is small, coronaries are small size and more likely to earlier massive infarct. Of same size coronary, the height people will not have the infarct, but same size similar plug in the small height, low height people will infarct. So low height is one of the worst side of the one of the infarct. Now families, remember always there is a family history of ischemic heart. You remember poor people are not immune from ischemic heart disease. Even these Adivasis. He is using modern technology. So what? He is under stress. Next important, oral hygiene. Simple oral hygiene. One of the stage they say, atherosclerosis is an inflammatory disease. Atherosclerosis is an infectious phenomenon. That's why ischemic heart disease may be one of the cause of chronic infection. So this is one of the reasons why the patient can develop ischemic heart disease. Now the father and both children have undergone bypass. So family history is very, very important. Male child family history must be excluded in ischemic heart disease. Early stage family history, early immunity can be done for generation. They can give a good exercise, reduction of weight, maintenance cholesterol level. That's very important to say that patient can ischemic heart disease can be prevented in the next generation, and that is our duty. So now very important, see, ear crease, premature atherosclerosis, and next upon ECG. So this patient has an ECG raised level ST elevation in AVR. Look at AVR, which is often neglected leading ECG. Raised level of ESR, the ST elevation in AVR confirmed patient has a 3 vessel disease. So this patient, a young man, has a 3 vessel disease. So this is simple sign: ear crease, baldness, premature sclerosis, arteritis, and ECG changes. It's confirmed this patient should be rapid and now this is very important village. You see, many times I told you ECG may be normal. Now this patient come with the chest pain. He's located the chest pain centrally. At the center of the retrosternal, single finger, if you say this is my chest pain, never ischemic heart disease. Because this is a sympathetic pain. A peritonitis is a diffuse pain. Just like sympathetic pain is a diffuse pain, it's never a localized pain. Because heart is there, the sympathetic nerve is carrying the pain. So we get a central pain. Patient says, I got pain on the exercise. ECG is normal. So this is the angina pectoris. Next patient was have severe pain. He has done the tattooing of the chest pain abrasion. So it is more than angina. So patient has STT changes. He has applied stick and he has a persistent pain. Patient has infarct. So this is a simple sign. Patient come to my clinic. Now next important, see the woman with ear crease, massive heart disease. Woman is very such after post menopause. The coronaries of women are small size because hormonal derangement, slight raise and testosterone hormone, which I say thrombophilic, more likely to develop myocardial infarction. And suddenly the common woman, severe infarct can occur and silent declared. Many times women come with the right side pain, never difficult, simple backache. Weakness, patient come with a weakness. I am not feeling better. Patient says, I am not feeling better. Is there today any instrument, any gadget in this hospital? They will say, patient is attached to a cable, I am not feeling well. Any gadget will say like this? No. So I want this guy to complete the patient can say, yes, this patient is feeling unwell. So again, this is very important. See, this patient is a normal ECG. Pain, I have this throat pain. So again, this very important thrombolysis. See, simple thing. Many times ECG is missed. These are hyperacute T waves. This is important. Many times doctor miss that is where it is ischemic and patient level infarction with thrombolysis is indicated as very important. Now, most things which are found is a teacher of 35 years. He gone to the gathering of his pupils in the the fourth standard, and there was this running of the parents competition to run. And he had no habit. He started running. The problem greediness was suddenly blackout. You are brought to me patient as you so unopposed, unused stressful one. If you are not doing the daily exercise, never do sudden onset of exercise. Never do sudden exercise work. This cause sudden cut-calming surge and patient will develop suddenly and this is cardiac arrhythmia which is blackout. So this is very important. Now very important. What 88% come with chest pain? Where is everybody know this now? Now percentage. Now see, look at this patient has acute angioval wall infarct. He is chest pain to hospital 60 minutes, hospital near 20 minutes, and abortion is aborted. Infarction is aborted. His coronary swell wash out, thrombus was dissolved completely. That's why golden hour. Golden hour. That's a very important note. We keep clinically places streptococcus is ready. And if you are training people, you want to train, but no money will give it. He will repay me after 1 month. You see, at the age of 67, if I do not give him a salary as a good heart, what is use of earning through my life? Because your patient will never demand like this. They will pay like all, but we must give them training pay. Many patients survive like this. We are giving the salary as hard. It's a quality of punya kontos nastro. Siddhe vinayakla mi kadi hi Now this today becoming saturated with the RIP situation. Yet we have to witness preventive cardiology clinic. Do you find any clinic in the hospital or any institute is a preventive cardiology clinic? So we are waiting for that clinic now. We must have a clinic on preventive. Is there any clinic you see? Preventive cardiology, intervention cardiologist. International intervention cardiology. But what is used? If our knowledge, our technology doesn't reach people, 90% of grassroots people, what is use of technology to our nation? It should reach to that place. Now this, we must, many times we get mental arrhythmia, we must have defibrillator. When you become a doctor, now it is a required. Charging defibrillator must be ready. This saved many patients acute chest pain, meticulous arrhythmia. That's why it is called as a darling of ICU. It is a darling of critical care unit now. So this is very important. Now this acanthosis nigricans, look at this would be acanthosis nigricans. You must rule out everything. Very ischemic, hardships, everything will be ruled out. Now gout is a very important. Thrombolysis, homocysteine raise, gout. Simple thing. Pain, gout. Don't investigate the medicine. Serum uric acid is very high. Even gout granules we can see. Actually, xanthosoma. Simple thing. Investigate him. Now, acanthosis nigrica, this is a simple thing which you can diagnose and treat. So, you can become a best clinician. Our aim is to be a best clinician rather than the best doctor. Everybody, when you become best for family, that's what you become a best clinician. Next important thing, what happened now? The myocardial infarct, everybody says angiography positive, this angioplasty generation. Now you see, virtuous triad, you know everybody, second MBBS, that hypercoagulation, endothelial stasis, thrombus process. The MD Davis had diagnosed how the plug is forming coronary. Now there's everybody is crying for plug. Now how the plug is formed. Wherever Postman has diagnosed catheterization, get Nobel Award. Tell me, what and all these cardiologists of this today's science has done beyond this? Nothing. Thrombosis, plug, and antiplastic. What has she done? Same thing, this is how thrombus form, metal protein, same thing. They are adding something. So this is important. We should all next step to the warners, we must add to the medical science and violate them, then our nation will be top. So now, many times we say, everything was good. You are doing regular exercise, is your BP was normal, ECG was normal, stress was normal, angiography was normal. Then why right of myocardial infarct? The answer is, you ask these old people why they survive more than 90 plus. They will give you answer. Still that is unanswerable. They never like sweet and rice. 90 plus people are this. No addiction at all. They added to good thoughts, good work. Not the envy work or envy thoughts or bad thoughts, or they don't want thought pollution. Next important, regular exercise. Family history, that's important. No food without hungry. Lunch hour is never fixed. In convent, lunch hour is fixed. Whether you are hungry or not hungry, you have to eat. So this is important. Never full tummy, seasonal food, now I dinner. See, same thing what they say. Now next, but at least you follow the grandma. The secret of living well is longer living is eat half, walk double, laugh triple, love without measures. Now this we do exercise. You can't do it. 35 years, I have walked 10 kilometers daily for last 2 years. I am very healthy. My brain is healthy, no cancer, no problems. Because I have all metabolic deposit cells are extra. No liberation free radical, which is the cause of every disease, depressions, hypertension, ischemic heart disease, and malignancy. So, preventing mother, regular physiotherapy, remember, improvement of endocrine function, reduce coronary lesion, reduce thrombogenic risk factor, improve collateralization. You see, if you do a regular, very unlikely likely you die in the sleep. Unusually you die during exercise. That's very important. Because collaterals are there. What Professor Kothari said? Coronary disease because development of collaterals. And what we do, we are missing everything. Because you see, every coronary has become aged like our grey hairs. Will you treat that grey hairs? Not at all. So same we have to revise Dr. Professor Kothari's opinion regarding coronary disease. Now again, simple thing. Patient has taken Chinese food at 8 p.m. Early in the morning he will come with unable to swallow problem. So swelling of uvula. And now improvement of steroid and this. Now why it came after 8 hours? MDT, the monosodium gluconate, acts through the hypothalamus. Now hypothalamus is excitatory system and then it develops neurogenic edema. So this is very important. So this is Chinese food, you see. We are staying in India and eating Chinese food. I really wonder. Why you are eating Chinese food? Please stop eating Chinese food. Stop the MGA because you see, they produce addiction. If you taste one monosodium, your tongue becomes like just like opium. One dose will addict. Similar thing is added in Chinese food. Now thyroid, commonest thyroid, puffiness. This is a baldness we develop. Commonest look like a leprosy patient, like edema, subcutaneous edema. If a thyroid patient laugh at you, you can recognize this is subcutaneous PD orange. That PD orange is where you get PD orange? Carcinoma graves. Similar subcutaneous lymphatic edema which occurs in the thyroid. If a patient laugh, you can diagnose. Laughing is something different. So this is subcutaneous edema. Now with low voltage ECG, simple low voltage pattern, it improves with the treatment. Next, see, this is last month. The girl was having no memory at all. Depression because of severe low voltage. The PHCs was more than 100. So this is very important. Happens many times they fail in matric. So if you correct thyroid, intelligence will improve. So this is a very important thing of diagnostic. Now there are two types of thyroid toxicity. One is apathic and one is hyperactive. This has no exophthalmia. She is not anxious. She is depressed. There is a ptosis. There is thyroid swelling. She got a raised thyroid, low TSH level, rose antibody level. She got the same phenomenon. So why this happens? Now this is a thyroid releasing hormone is deficit here, and here the antibody is formed. And this thyroid releasing hormone causes the dopamine inhibition, so dopamine concerned with this. Now this ptosis is improved with the replacement of thyroid. So these are the two factors of thyroid toxicity you should remember. So thyroid makes him idle sound. What happens now? Many patients of epidemic of thyroid coming through. They live 1 week, 5 to 6 patients of hypothyroidism. So we did antibody level of this patient. We followed them. Maximum antibody level was more than 100. Now the one person has come from one village, from 30 village, 60 kilometers in the jungle. I said, what you are eating? He says, raw salt. Why? Because raw salt costs 4 rupees and this salt costs 28 rupees. So 7 times higher. So we feel the let's see, but for them it is 7 times higher. So all the village eating raw salt. So I gone to that village. I collect the blood samples of the all villages and the urine of these people. Nobody has PHC culture. Nobody has antibody with urine iodine level of this village people and urine iodine of iodine people are same. Now how the antibodies form? Now the iodinated, sexta iodinated salt, where it is used? Cold region, Himmatrao, Uttar Pradesh, that area where this water is common because of iodine is leached from the soil, where the iodine was necessary. In Konkan tract, coastal of Maharashtra, iodine is no more essential yet, but it is a routinely administered as a national program, universal program. Now this extra iodine acts as antigen. Anti-thyroid goes to the thyroid peroxidase and thyroid peroxidase antibodies are formed and this antibody kills the thyroid. Why in that village? Because of natural iodine is inert, it doesn't form antibodies. So that is the reason. That's why, my dear friend, extra iodine is one of the responsible factors to kill the thyroid epidemic of hypothyroidism, which paper now we are submitting for the most peer reviewed journals. Now scorpion, let us think of scorpion. The time झाला की सांगा? I think this is a lack of because this is very important. Now this you see, if you go to any hospital, any village, your taluka, there is mushrooming of nursing homes. The MIDC of nursing homes. But no research. एका वर्षामध्ये 2 बंगले होतात, एका वर्षी 4-5 कार, एका अरे आता होतो BMW मध्ये. And what who is responsible for this? Parents, not the my students. Which are coming, we have seen the poverty in the game master, we have seen the real misery of the OPD, they will never be a commercial. But the parents was there, that you must all learn. So, to be born from educated parents is to take care. My father's parents were illiterate, they were happy with 100 rupees. So, I am very happy. So, it is a never to listen. Because सुरुवातीला काय असं आई वडील आमच्या मुलाला नोबेल काम करायचे, सामाजिक काम करायचे. MBBS, MD झाले पहिले मुली शोधायला लागते किती मिनिटात. So this should not happen. You keep yourself. I am for the nation. I am for my education for the nation, not for years, not for earning the money. That's important. Why? What has happened? You compare yourself. You are their classmate. We become a pew. We become a classmate. So we become a this clerk. We become a farmer. If you compare, you are much happier. And important, you can bless to society. You can get worship from society. You can do everything. You can become likely to talk to everybody. That's very important. So important that thing. So you just forget the private advice. Of course, if their parents are very good, educated, very worth and sincere for the nation, you can listen. So now this is you say this is the good. Now what Mahatma Gandhi says, village. See, when I joined 1976 in primary health center in Birradi, I read the news, death due to scorpion. Pulmonary edema, scorpion death. Nobody taught me during my MBBS college. Nobody, no textbook of me says pulmonary edema. You would say scorpion bite, you adrenaline, you xylotine, forget. And adrenaline is content because adrenaline is very high. So this was the teaching, so I saw this name is snake bite. No. Now what to do? Now my pharmacist compounder, when I joined in 1976, his son was dying because of pulmonary edema, scorpion skin. It makes me think. I do a clinical autopsy. Clinical autopsy is what? What happened to the patient? I was thinking, he had a mild local pain, vomiting, sweating, cold extremity, breathlessness, tachycardia, and later patient has breathless delirium and died of cardiac shock. So it is the heart which is involved. Now even that time WHO was not aware that scorpion can kill a victim. Because what? WH is a house. WH is a place in Switzerland. Unless somebody posts somebody info, how they will know? Don't be WH born with all information. So our people are nobody has informed. The day due to Scorpio, no, they are not aware. So that is not their illiteracy or ignorance. Ignorance is our doctor, they are not aware. So next, how this is common scar. This is common scar really as a snake bite, bleeding for Russell Viper. Neuroparalysis are created by pulmonary edema. These are acute, life-threatening, time-limiting medical emergency. Even many times I got called from sign, came hospital, critical care with that patient's Scotland and pulmonary edema. So this is very, very important, life-threatening. You see, patient was admitted in a big 5-state institution. A patient was becomes pulmonary edema. And though the 1986 article was published in Progressing, this one 2000 they were not knowing. So it is what I say, never be illiterate to be like a doctor. A doctor who don't know the medical knowledge is illiterate. So शिक्षितपणा आमचा गेला कसं वाटतं तसे आपण आमचे जाणार होतो if you are not knowing about the knowledge update of the science. So this is very important. Now see, in one day we get a permanent of patient, another patient will come and paralysis. This is so common emergency. See, this is the problem of farmers. Very important. Neglected total disease. This is a neglected. So he himself has neglected. Remember, this is poverty. He has no pocket. They can't carry the money at all because there is no pocket. There is tobacco, but no pocket. Next important thing is, you see, so teared was shirt. If you unwear, that shirt kind of the product after Mitro, and this is our patient. This is very important. So our research should be like that. It should be utilized this fellow at rural area. That was my aim, that patient should get the research. Now this is various scorpion which found. Now important root at the tail. Tail is very stout than the flanks. That is this scout is very narrow as compared to tail. Claws are narrow. If the tail is stout, it is confirmed venomous. If the tail is not stout, it is not venomous. They say left side is the less venomous. Same now, this is October month, we are lifting the paddy has patient has many scorpion sting, many pulmonary edema. Now this is the commonest cause of pulmonary edema, massive pulmonary growth in the mouth. Now nobody will die like this, already the picture has gone in museum. This becomes historical record because of our research. Now next, mark tachycardia, left axis mark stages, massive pulmonary bilateral batting appearance of X-ray, a red color blood. See, why there is oxygenated hemoptysis? Because of this increased catecholamines, intra-aortic pressure is raised, intraventricular pressure is raised, intra-arterial pressure is raised, it should reflect back to the pulmonary veins. Because left atrium receives blood from pulmonary veins, which carries oxygenated blood and pulmonary ruptures occur, that's why it's oxygenated blood. So oxygenated blood confirms the patient has a massive left ventricular damage or left ventricular impeding failure or increased afterload. Now this look at this red color blood, marked changes, patient has a pulmonary edema. Now this what different? This is another snake bite blood and this is the pulmonary edema. Simple clinical observation. This is a red color oxygenated, this is a mixed blood because the capillary passive bleeding. Venom cause dissemination trophosphoric coagulation, destruction of endothelium and passive liberation of capillary blood. So this is the snake bite and this is scorpion. So again we did a histopathology. I admire today I should remember Madam Kinikar is a cardiopathologist. When I took this sample, she was so happy. Bawaskar, I will do everything for you. And she confirmed that myocardium changes and pulmonary edema in the lungs. So it's so dedicated. Our arthritis goes to credit to the madam. Takayasu syndrome, which are thinking of tuberculosis, it is something different. असे मोठे लोक ह्या केम हॉस्पिटलला झाले हो आणि त्याची तुम्ही कंटिन्युएशन करणं महत्त्वाचं आहे. नेक्स्ट इम्पॉर्टंट. Now look at this is very important. Look at EST, mark EST, QT prolongation, bradycardia, ventricular arrhythmia, Brugada syndrome, and cardiac arrest. Very easy. It's now. In 1961, in my area, one doctor has reported 30% mortality due to scorpion sting in British Medical Journal. I saw about this critical number. He says that you have given atropine, lactic, lanoxin, patient not survival. So when I joined in 1976, same mortality I reported. So there was no different mortality of 1961 to 78. So ultimately, you see, I collected the scorpion, hand over to the Hapki. This is a 1977 I joined. That I said Rena Purkar was there, Dr. Rena Purkar, zoologist, who has worked on schistosomiasis. He has worked on, he says it is a good tablet. I sent a telegram to the Hapkin. This is Hapkin report. Sorry, unable to advise. There is no product on scorpion bite. So this is the research from Hapkin. This is I received telegram from her. I used to send a telegram to minister, director. Patient died, send a telegram. Kharcha hamara, jani, nothing. So make them aware. So somebody said, why you are reporting? Because we have to answer in assembly. Don't report like that. They were just blaming. So next important now, at this stage, when I was a junior doctor, I that time say, see, Indian Heart in 1977, we started in the important thing, rotating tourniquet. At that time we use lactic, lanoxin, aminophylline, pulmonary to reduce, but tachycardia persists. When pulmonary give lactic, aminophylline, oxygen, tachycardia persists. Patient deteriorates in the ventricular tachycardia, cardiac shock. So this means this is a refractory heart failure. Irrespective of large amount of lactic, lanoxin, whatever decongestive masala we are giving, patient is to die. So it is a refractory heart failure. At that time, refractory heart failure was treated by rotating tourniquet. Pharmacology, this is a phlebotomy. That is one is pharmacological phlebotomy, it is a rotating another phlebotomy. So we are doing this to reduce the preload. Pharmacological phlebotomy is done by morphine and laxate. It reduces the preload. So this we do at the few patients survive. Now later on, this is 35 years. In 1986 we see the prognosis and mortality was reduced. And 2010 we published a randomized trial scorpion antivenom plus prognosis. Now my dear friend, what in 1978 we used rotating tourniquet. Bruno, what he mentioned, remember, we published in the British Indian Heart Journal, what Bruno said in 1952, he used venous section, rotating tourniquet for congestive cardiac failure, the father of cardiology. We have passed a remark 1952 that he was using the rotating tourniquet for congestive Bruno. You know Bruno? It's a textbook of ECG textbook of cardiology. Now this same I use. So that's why we must have knowledge. Medical knowledge is very important. It's a lifetime knowledge, not just like Kadambari or something like art. It is a knowledge which can directly affect the human life. So now when I was junior Dr. Bawaskar, we treated many because nobody was advised. Various drugs was used. And lastly we use only prognosis. So senior Bawaskar, grey hair, become more higher, more wise and treated only single dose. So ultimately, the prognosis, because what happened? We treated lactic lanoxin, and the patient is come in British Medical Journal, cover illustration. See, this is a very, very important. In 2011, we published in British Medical Journal. So ultimately, this research goes by there. Now, local pain, patient get a local pain, no waiting, no sweating, severe local pain, forget. And don't give repeated xylocaine. Because pharmacology was saying, local sting, inflammation start. Use xylocaine, inflammation start. If you repeat xylocaine, more inflammation, in inflamed tissues, xylocaine won't have. So that will forget. So next important, see commonness. Excessive sweating, sweat like water, drink all over the body, it's called skin diarrhea. See, water is clean. Hemoptysis, very important, blood test sputum. Ropey salivation. This is very important because of this sympathetic equally ropey salivation. So खोखला करतो काढता येत नाही खोखला. So this is the ropey salivation. Cold extremities like water have washer कपडे धुण्याचे बाहेर ते सगळं cold extremities. Next important cup. If the patient is the ward, he cup is the first sign of the pulmonary. Because of bleeding of peripheral and stimulation of J receptors, very good. So J receptor stimulation cause early sign of pulmonary edema. So very important. Cough in ISC inhibitor is due to bradycarditis. Treatment of cough receptor is aspirin. Now this patient is oculocryonic crisis, sympathetic overactivity. Now this is parasympathetic sympathetic, we get oculocrysis and priapism. Which confirm. Many times child will not come local pain, you are disturbed, radiating. So oculocryonic crisis and priapism is a diagnostic in rural area, the scorpion, sweating, cold eczema, priapism. Many times midnight patient come, child become like this rowdy. So this is very important sign. Severe priapism is a diagnostic, not so. This is a very important sign of scorpion state. Next important, cold extremity. Look at this, the cold extremity, when vasodilatation improves. Now all over India we get report from the scorpion, all over India. Bellary was the first 1932 reported, British species reported from the Bellary. Still Bellary is the focus, Kurnool, Bellary, Andhra Pradesh. We all talk from Jammu to Kanyakumari, very common scorpions can see. And they are teaching with the parts, I am happy, there is no death reported last 10 years. Next important is a black scorpion, similar to the male stambular, same T-tender wave occurs. So this confirms, this is scorpion, this called raised level of tetron. This scorpion venom is sodium channel activated. This activates the sodium channel. Active sodium channel causes neurogenic liberation, endogenic liberation of catecholamine, and catecholamine after action causes hypertension, tachycardia, pulmonary edema, cold eczema, sweating, salivation like that, and priapism. So this is a phenomenon which occurs because of sodium channel. Now here this single patient, I follow. This patient comes with a scorpion sting. Patient has ventricular arrhythmia, ventricular tachycardia, AV dissociation, fascicular tachycardia, AV block, atrial fibrillation, what not, but patient required. So single patient, continuous monitoring, you will get perfect arrhythmologist of cardiology. So this is very important. So where scorpion, where cardiology, where ECG. Next important, look at various ECG, like myocardial infarction. Docomostomas cardiac, stress into the car. See, this unfortunate documentation. I am telling you, if I would have given the echocardiography around 1983, I would have the first report Docomostomas cardiography from India, because this is a catecholamine excess, ballooning of the heart. How India used this training, This is a ballooning because of already catecholamine excess. And now in the New England Journal of Medicine, in ballooning syndrome, drug of choice is prazosin, what Bawaskar are mentioned catecholamine excess. So this is the unfortunate of my patients. And when I send the patient to this hospital, they neglect. Why you go to settle over? I have some love. Many times I say, अभी आपका इको क्या करना है? अभी ताकि जाओ. Now again, T-tender, see, look at T-tender, just like Ashoka tree. Ashoka is adversary. And it becomes wise like a Christian tree, it is recovered. Simple way. Now, various pulmonary, unilateral, bilateral, deep pulmonary impact after due to scorpion. Now, myocard is turning off myocard. Myocard doesn't contract at all. You see, the valve is stun also. So, myocard because the excessive catechol is stun, doesn't contract at all because of increased liberation of calcium in the intracellular level. And this calcium liberation causes turning myocardium. So this is turning of the myocardium is a very, very important. That's why this is an echocardial. Yes, meantime myocardium doesn't function. Again, this is the what we preach in the New England Journal of Medicine, same thing. Acetylcholine excess, you will know, adrenaline excess and neurogenic excess. These are the all clinical manifestations which are published in the New England Journal of Medicine. Now, my dear, which is like autonomic stop. When patient inject, we like somebody gets tachycardia, bradycardia, various randomized response. Now what we say again? Now many times, a fellow of scorpion thing with atherosclerosis develop myocardial infarct and worse because acetylcholine excess will cause orally vasoconstriction atherosclerotic vessel. Without acid, it cause vasodilatation. So patient is already active, patient of ventricular arrhythmia, and the first paper which published in the Lancet 1981. Lancet, that is the diagnostic sign of scorpions being published in the Lancet. And same before was rejected from India. Why? Because the author is from rural area. Number 2, we don't know the author. Number 3, the author's language is not good because action of Karma. Next, paragraphs are not good. Language is not good. How they same report goes to the Lancet. So published within 1 week. And Mandela said, we will edit your paper and publish. So this is what happened. Indian journals look at who is the authors of it. They don't look after the data. This is why we need a long way to improve ourselves. So now here I come in. You see, we treated lactic lanoxin aminophylline. I got for both graduation. Then I decided I will apply sodium nitrate. Because of refractory heart failure. My professor T.D. Sharma said, no sooner I pass MD, say go to the coconut track, it will be gold mine for your research. And it is true. No sooner I pass MD, next day I requested my request transfer to the polar Mahad, where the squatting rate is very high. We take 3 to 4 hours of sodium nitrate. And then I decided to apply sodium nitrate. This I think August 1980, 8 years fellow from Nadi, they come in the midnight, he developed edema. The father, I told the father, we apply sodium nitrate, give me permission. He said, yes, we are doctor, we have. Because there was a dictum, there was fact that if practice vomiting, sweating, pulmonary child is going to die. Their psychology is a lone child. He said, do the trial of do the sodium nitrate. We both my myself applied. That time, no infusion pump, no scar pain, no makeup. They are reboiling rubber tubes. We applied sodium nitrate. You see, I was feeling that I am getting infarct. So the one drop I get tachycardia because sodium nitrate BP was 70 and after that sodium nitrate is contraindicated. Patient has a pulmonary edema. Now the slow sodium nitrate started. My missus was monitoring. I was taking the BP and after 4 hours, patient will become pink, breath will disappear. He will become warm. He go to sleep. And I started asking, this is the first patient recovered from edema. So sodium nitrate is the gold standard treatment of pulmonary edema. And vital pain was same time the report had from Brazil. Alpha-receptor is a vital goal. So what is alpha-receptor blocker? It's prazosin. We searched out prazosin. And later on, I was worried about how the sodium, because every doctor PHC never apply sodium nitrate. PHC doctor, कमीत कष्ट आहे, कमीत मॉनिटर चं काम हवं. बघून त्याला आराम जास्त कारण त्या सारख्या गोष्टी घातलेल्या असतात. So this, now my research was not like this. So 130 patients in 1 month we taken sodium nitrate. So this was not my solution to the ruler of PhD doctor. So I again gone to the New England. I came in this hospital, only same hospital. Professor Parulkar had come a meeting with anesthetic and they used to advise to Dr. Bawaskar. The anesthetic could not advise what to do. Then he said, Bawaskar, go to lab and sit. Then I said, and I find a new legend of medicine. Yes, they have mentioned. Prazosin called as oral solai. Prazosin called as oral solai. So what is prazosin? Miniprate. We can't miniprate. Started miniprate. They trade drops to less than 1%, accepted all over the world. My dear friend, when I tried sodium nitrate, on the same day this child survived, my father died. Now the problem comes to me, whether should I go to formal funeral or should stay with the child? Because this child has no other life. So as a medical ethics, my first duty is to my patient. I stayed with the patient, I survived the patient, and never attend the funeral of father. Let the relatives say anything. Now the problem is that, why I stay with them? Because the father has donated his son to my research. What I can do for this? Only I can do that. My father is always left margin, what we do? Nothing yet. So ultimately, my father is also, everybody is happy because the patient is survived. So that is very important now. Now again, prazosin published in the Lancet 1986 and all the world in the Brazil, Trinidad, they are using. Now see, this again another topic we have published. Pre-prazosin, the mortality is very high, post-prazosin mortality suddenly drops. Now how the prazosin, that's very difficult. Now again, this is acknowledgement. Role of prazosin is published for Saudi Arabia. That doctor is using prazosin in Saudi Arabia is confirmed that my observation is perfect. This is a cause publication, is very important. Next important now, ASU anti-scorpion venom is available. Now problem was anti-scorpion venom now say to for randomized trial rural area is very difficult. But King Hospital Ethical Committee has encouraged me and helped me to conduct this randomized trial. And we did Dr. Lele was there, chairman of the ethical committee. Now we purchase this, we insure the patient, सगळं free द्यायचं, ECG free करायचं, आपण मेहनत free, फक्त because we got each of the research. That's why we have a randomized trial, and then randomized trial will be prazosin plus antivenom versus prazosin alone. We found a prazosin plus ASV recovery is very fast within 6 hours. With the prazosin recovery mode of 24 hours. Now the 24 hours recovery delays need intensive care, need more labor. Now with the prazosin, yes, because prazosin acts after the action of venom, liberate spectrum. While the antivenom prevent release action of antivenom. And now when the outer venom is released, before reaching to the hospital, that venom is contracted by prazosin action. Now both will act as symbiotic, so mortality is suddenly reduced. That is very important. Now first important, how the prazosin acts is a phosphodiesterase inhibitor. It increases cycle GMP. It reduces the preload and afterload. That's why balanced vasodilator doesn't cause reflex tachycardia. As cyclic GMP increase the nitric oxide synthesis, cause vasodilator. Cyclic GMP increase the insulin secretion. Because of alpha stimulation, insulin secretion is reduced. Catecholamic reduced because stress causes diabetes. Next important, because of catecholamic secretion, efflux of potassium occurs from the liver. So ultimately glucose is very high, potassium is very high, we add insulin. So it forms GIK drip, which salvages the myocardium. This is called pathology. Now my dear friend, these are accepted protocol internationally in the medical toxicology, that how the protocol is coming. So this all stages protocol according to clinical manifestation. Now British Medical, when I submit this randomized trial, the British Medical Journal. Now British Medical, there are so various stages, various committees are there. One of the committee called hanging committee. Your article is hanged up, means your article is no more accepted. That is the last committee. Last committee hanging, when they read my paper, they said no. When I mentioned the later, dear sir, we both, Mr. Rami said, sit by the side of patient till the patient recover. And they came this word, a honest word of author makers for English. And they published my paper with a editorial and very important cover illustration of the scorpion. In the British, 200 years old German, with cover is covered. No Indian doctor has read this, nobody has said the congratulations. Now many international companies doctors send me the congratulations because we never read German. We need छोटे पुस्तक, we never read German. Journals are not our problem, journal is somebody else. No, this is very, now we publish in British Scorpion antivenom requested, in autonomous stop, not only local thing. Now this again. Now Bruderson, recent never stopped anything. Now one of my permanent my patient developed Bruderson. He recovered. One 30 Bruderson this surgery followed for 1 year, no Bruderson, no. So why this patient Bruderson? What is Bruderson? Congenital myocardial sodium channel dysfunction. Now in this page I say sodium channel activator. Now scorpion activate the sodium channel. So ultimately because of continued activation, sodium channel are paralyzed. So dysfunction results in Bulbar syndrome. Ultimately Bulbar recover because recovery of catecholamics, now sodium channel recovery. So in this paper we publish in the Lancet, scorpion venom can be used to treat the Bulbar syndrome. So this work is going on. Scorpion venom which activates the sodium channel can be used to treat the dysfunction of sodium channel in Bulbar. So again this patient is from 5-star hospital. I received a call in conference that patient got a local pain, some bite given 10 ampoules of snake antivenom. I said, give the relative. You said local pain, vomiting and sweating. Doctor has no time to take the history. And the patient has scorpion recovery, scorpion antivenom. So this is very important. This is the examination. Now these young people, scorpion will recover. This is our wealth. This is the Nobel Award of my research. This patient has gained it. Only remember, now this is a group of near about 8 people in 1 week recover from permanently. I don't even like. So my research will give them chance to see the beauty of the world. This we can afford to research. Now this again, how I did. Now we spread the knowledge to the periphery. You see many of doctors are very pursued to receive the knowledge. कारण त्यांना वाटतं MBA झालं म्हणजे सगळं समजलं काही आपण आता बॉस फेडअप केलं. But they become so blunted. Nobody have new book at all. They purchase a new car but no book at all. So now the problem is this. Now this we did this research, spreading of the knowledge by this cattle shed. Cattle shed मध्ये लाईट लावायचा आपल्या लॅपटॉप न्यायचं आणि ट्रेन the doctor. Because doctor can do the life. This is very important. Now this again, this we found. There's simple caught with the mosquito net. Prevent the trade bite, prevent the snake bite. This is scorpion sting, malaria, malaria, dengue, encephalitis, Nipah virus, chikungunya. See, by a simple mosquito net. With this poster is published in the Lancet, in the local language, Marathi is a brain. Okay, it is published in the Lancet. Now this, my dear friend, India, you take what today in the life. At least I will enter once in 3 journals in the life. One is the Lancet. You must enter in the Lancet. Next, you must enter in the British Medical Journal and New England of Medicine. These are the leaders in the medicine. तुम्ही आज शपथ घ्यायची की मी ब्रिटिश मेडिकल किंवा रेजिमेंट लावण्याशिवाय देवाकडे जाणार नाही. इज अ व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. Now snake bite should continue snake bite. Okay. So you can ask me any question.
Any questions from the audience?
Just ask me. Madam, let him continue. Let him continue. The time is over, madam.
Continue, please.
So please continue. Yes, okay. You got to answer another topic next. That is very interesting, very important. So, this will never end because it's my song. It's my song. It is continue. Okay. Within 10 minutes, just complete the snake bite. You see 50% type of snake bite in India. Mortality is the mortality is poor training of the doctors, illiteracy of the doctors, lack of confidence, even AFC and fear of paralysis. That is the reason for mortality is very high. Now what say? Today doctors say better safe the expert. So that's why release water about to treat the patient. Now this is very common. Now this is early in the morning you get a patient with a ptosis. He came with a pain in abdomen, woke up on floor bed, and I thought dead morning. So patient has come with a history of ptosis, pain in abdomen, bite, no bite, rat bite, antibite, no bite at all. And this patient dies. That's many consultants investigate from all neurological manifestation. Now this patient, see, look at the trade body. Patient sleeping at the work. Parent gone for the labor work and 12:30 they found patient is almost gasping. So this is because they are not aware of the snake bite. Now many times child is brought dead because of snake bite. The doctor is not aware. Diagnosed bronchopneumonia and treated. Next woman who died of cobra bite within 10 minutes. So 20 minutes, doctor never give ASC, so reach the primary health center because he is unable to, he is afraid to give ASC. Next important is how the patient is brought in Dolly in my area. Now my very important thing is VSV. Now yes, last week, patient admitted in the corporate hospital in Bombay of Cobra Bhai. No 2 hours VSV was available. So you must have ESV all over. It is a duty of a doctor, not a government, to procure the ESV. No social left hunter. Now this is very important. It's a disease of neglect over. You see, in private hospital it costs more than 1 lakh rupees to treat the snake bite because 1 ampoule costs 1,000 rupees required to treat 30 ampoules. So in the government, it's a duty of the government to treat in government hospitals only. Now this ashram shower. You see, this ashram sara patient come early in the morning of the day. What happened to them? They are all criminals. They sleep on the floor. Common is the ashram sara. Now, this 45 years farmer has a cobra bite. Gone to the PHC. He said, I got a cobra bite. Doctor after came with the Mahad rural hospital patient on broad day. So this is a time limiting emergency. What one should know it. Now these are the 4. You should look at this snake. These are 4 venomous snakes. One is a crane, Bangara cerula. I will talk about what happened Bangara cerula. Because in Bangara cerula, fangs are very small size. It is a nocturnal in habit. It entered during the night hours in the house. While in the finding of the ant, this is a rat to hunt the prey, it enters the bedding of the person. In the worm, in October, November, when the worm was after eating, they think, where it entered? Because snake has perception of the vibration, not the ear at all. When there is no vibration at all, when you will go to sleep, when silence is occurred, then it enters the house. After eating the house, it enters the bedding. And during the second REM sleep, there is abnormal movement. In abnormal movement, they misinterpret the prey eyes. And the fangs of the prey is very small size, like this insulin needle. And in this venom is 10 times poisonous than cobra. Is injectable. After injecting, the person, because of sound sleep, reflexes are blunted. Each and every word is gold standard. Please remember, I will complete in 10 minutes. Which the reflexes are blunted. Skin circulation is poor. Though it's a small volume, is slowly absorbed. When it releases the acetylcholine from the perianal level. Because of acetylcholine, patient gets pain in abdomen. Then you woke up with pain, you get a sweaty, swallow, it's a mild sweat. He goes to again sleep. After 4 hours, because venom is alpha, beta block the presynaptic nerve, results in the bilateral ptosis. Because levodopa parallel reach acetylcholine receptor and ptosis, then pharyngeal but descending paralysis, pharyngeal palsinal lower extremity, and GB syndrome ascending paralysis. So ulta descending paralysis, and patient early in the morning brought into ptosis, dysphagia, diglossia, dysphonia, respiratory depression, made diagnosed in neurological manifestation, and this patient got credited. So history of the patient, pain in abdomen, sleep from the floor base with a neuroparalysis, diagnosed by treatment of trade by ESC. Anti-snake venom should not be given more than 20 vials. That is the ventilator, now if the respiratory depression, if the proper neck side, if the neck side doesn't lift from the pillow, you start intubation and give ventilation. Because this is a destruction of presynaptic receptor, release of, because in mid-regeneration, 1 week ventilation, if you give proper ventilation, patient will 100% recovery. Reflexes absent, wait till the reflexes recover. That's another sign. Next important, take care of hydroxy brain damage. Most important sign, because the venom is acting pupillary. Pupils of cilia is rich in vascular and more receptors. More venom goes to the cilia, ciliary muscle, and pupils are dilated, non-reacting. If the pupils are dilated, non-reacting, doesn't indicate the brain dead. Remember this. Other doctor means the brain dead. And you, what is treatment? Yes, if you want newest treatment, atropine and ventilator. Next, you can build a calcium component which increases neuromuscular junction. This conduction. Next, now the Russell Viper. Now, Russell Viper is daytime vice. It's aggressive state. It's common seen in the paddy husk and all of the sugar and crop. It has a very big size. It injects the venom deep intramuscular. Now, after injection deep intramuscular venom, it's called severe pain, local swelling, and it's called local DIC. Prothrombin and DIC is a rapid form because activation of various coagulants cascade and nose from the fangs are removed, bleeding stops. So local edema, bleeding are regional lymphadenopathy. Patient gets hematemesis and most important renal angle tenderness and renal failure. You do earlier treatment of PHC, 20 ampules start and you have 6 hours you do 20-minute clotting test and then give again the 10 while patient will improve and prevent renal failure. Very important, meticulous look for urine output, meticulous for hypotension, if the DIC occurs, you have to give FFP and follow up this patient very nicely. Patient will turn local changes can occur, the patient can be disabled by the gangrene. So this is very important. Next important, woman. In the pituitary gland, hemorrhage may occur. Patient woman get amenorrhea syndrome, which is the late manifestation Russell Viper. That's very important. So Russell Viper, local bleeding. Because the local DIC, you see, when they added the Russell Viper in the hemophilic blood clotted. That's why Mac get a Nobel Award on this. And this is very important, local DIC. So this is again there is dissymmetry in the vein and patient get a severe manifestation. Earliest stage, 20 hours of ASC. No ASC should be done test dose, no test dose at all. You start ASC, reaction, give intramuscular adrenaline, or preventive you can give subcutaneous adrenaline. For anaphylaxis, intramuscular adrenaline. For prevention, we can subcutaneous. This is two ways different. Very important fresh volume. Now, at least Now next is this Achis carinatus. Now Achis carinatus snake is a very small size. It is also very fast running snake. In the field, when the grass grows, when the farmers are walking the grass growing, it bites in front of him. The farmer may not see the snake at all. So farmer sees a thorn tree. So doctors are not even knowledgeable, he will say, thorn, we forget. No, but no bites occur, there is healing. So you remember, any thorn, any injury, rapid edema will never occur. So development of rapid edema, rapid inflammation with any thorn is active. And this is by delayed hemoptysis can occur. Delayed renal failure, the venom requirement is too low in this case, 6 to 8 ampoules, this was the problem. Next, cobra. Now you see, cobra bite. It bites to animal. No soon bite the patient. No soon bite of the patient gets a severe local pain, severe injuries with needle-plastic surgery, and the patient gets shocked suddenly. First, this patient may not have died, but arthritis, stern, because catalysis patient of old people can get sudden cardiac arrest, myocardial infarction dies suddenly. But small child will never die because he has no idea of death at all. Next important, when bites of the local edema, left start, lymphadenopathy, patient gets ptosis or cardiac arrest. Now the cardiac issue, resuscitation atropine and these drugs are done years. Arrhythmia can occur. Most important, patient gets neuroparalysis. When the cobra bite comes with the neuroparalysis, first drug of choice is neostigmine atropine. First resuscitate the muscle and then you do ESC. Maximum ESC 20 ampoules can be given. Then neostigmine to be started. Half hourly in 6 ampoules patient will recover. Now with this all important thing, prevention is done by mosquito net only. Prevention is mother of cure. You can later on meet me, you can ask any question as never. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir, for your enlightening talk. And I would like to ask Dr. Lopavedha to come to the dais to present a memento to Dr. Himmatrao Bawaskar, sir.